Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a review of this little guy. This is the RunCam Micro Swift, so it comes in this very small box. And if we take a look at the end, we get some of the stats on it. It takes 5 to 36 volts. It's got an IR blocked lens, 2.1 millimeters, NTSC. This is the NTSC version. So let's check this guy out. As we open up the box here, we get a little RunCam Micro Swift card telling you where to contact them if you have issues. We got the little camera right here and its foam protection, and here we should have, we have our little cable set and screws. Let's check this guy out. So it looks like we have several screws to put the camera in, as well as they do now include a little aluminum mount. When this first came out, there was no mount included, which kind of sucked, but now that you have this, hopefully it should help in some cases, but it's still probably not going to be the most useful because it just holds onto the side and then you're supposed to like hang it from your top plate or something. But it is nice that it's included, and you also get this little lens cap to keep that nice 2.1 millimeter large lens free of scratches. We get two separate cables here. This just uses both ends with the sort of standard connector hole. And this cable I thought was the same until I looked at it for a little bit. It has the standard connector that will go into the camera at the back here. Just plugs in right there. However, this end uses a slightly different connector. It's a little bit thinner than the other one. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but it's just a little bit different shape. Hopefully you can see here it's thinner and longer, and some video transmitters that you plug this into use that connector, so it is definitely nice. They give you both options to hopefully fit your build needs. So if we take a look at the camera itself, you can see it's basically just the internals of a larger Swift. You can see the circuit board with all the components on it. However, now it's shrunken down without the case, and on the back they have sort of this like covering that just screws on there. So it's not going to be the most durable probably if you throw it around. However, in most cases, since it's so small, it's going to be fully protected by the frame without the lens sticking out. So it actually should be more durable depending on what frame you're using. Now you may have noticed that this does not come with a little cable such as one of these little guys that is just the 2-pin connector that just plugs in, and then you can go through and change the OSD settings on here if you want to set up a pilot name. However, it does not have voltage OSD, so it is kind of a bummer that they don't include anything like this, because if this is your first ever camera, you know, you're not going to be able to change any of the settings. However, if you have other cameras, most likely you're going to have like 5 of these, so it's kind of a negative, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem, and you can buy these spare. But let's just take a look at how much this weighs. Obviously, since it's so much smaller than a regular camera, it weighs quite a bit less, so it's coming in at 5.65 grams. So you're going to be saving almost, 8 to 10 grams running a full-size camera, because those run from anywhere, to about 14 to 16 grams there. Now this does not have an OSD, it does not have voltage, and it does not have a microphone on board, so if you want all the OSD features, you're probably going to have to get a flight controller or a VTX to integrate them. However, most of the new flight controllers today are integrating a Betaflight OSD, so OSD in the camera is really not that necessary. But honestly, to me, especially if I'm racing, I don't look at it anyways. Even in freestyling, I just find that I don't have time to look at it because I'm trying to figure out what to do while I'm flying. So that was enough real quick on the bench about this little camera. Let's get it installed in the build and see how it performs. Alright, here we are. As you can see, I have the Micro Swift installed into one of my floss frames here. And once again, one of the very nice things about it being so small, mounting like this, you can see it is 100% protected by the frame. There's no chance that you're going to be smashing your lens on this, which is just awesome. And I've been flying this camera for about 3 weeks now, and it performs very well. I can't tell if the quality is a little bit less than the full-size camera, but it is certainly good enough to fly with. So let's show you some DVR here. Alright, so this is just a little quick track I had set up here, and you can see the sky is kind of blown out a little bit, but in just a second here you can see when I look more level, it sort of focuses in on it and the exposure is not bad. Just flying around this little course, my gates are all broken and blown off the roof there, so I'm kind of just improvising where they should have been before it got broken, but you can see the camera performs pretty well here. This is 100% of the stock footage. I did not add any color correction or anything. I didn't change any of the settings. And I don't have a pilot name on the screen here, but you can, just like the other RunCam or any standard camera, you can put a pilot name in the bottom if you want for races. I just forgot to do that over here. But you can see the footage is very nice overall, and the arms and props, oh, there goes a gate. The arms and props are quite a bit in view, but this floss frame mounts the camera, you know, kind of up front there, right into it, so I don't blame the camera for that. The 2.1mm lens, I really like the field of view on it. It's just really nice to fly in for racing. It makes turns a lot easier because you can see just what's coming as you're going around the turn. So I really like the lens that they chose here, and there's not that much fisheye on it. Yeah, that was just a quick example of some flight footage, just seeing how it handles the light transition and color. So let's finish up the review. And now I didn't put the pilot name on, I just forgot to do that yet, but you can, there's still like the little OSD menu for this. And I fly with the Awamway Commanders here, and this is a 4x3 camera. However, I fly in 16:9, I just like the way it looks like that. But the DDR still records it in 4:3 there. Just overall, I think this camera is a really good option. You know, it's just so small and so light, and the quality is still really good on this. However, the FoxeerMicro Aero, which I just reviewed a little bit ago, I think is better just because it simply has the voltage OSD in it. However, that had a few problems with refreshing too fast. But the RunCam Swift Micro 2 is actually coming out in I think like 1 or 2 more weeks, which includes 5 presets just like the Foxeer, and it also has a voltage OSD built in just like the Foxeer. So then they're pretty much going to be equal unless Foxeer doesn't fix the refresh rate. Then the Micro Swift will probably be the best option. So if you're interested in this camera, maybe wait till the Swift 2 comes out and then check that guy out. But if not, there will be a link down below to FPV model. Thank you for supplying it for the view. That was the end of the video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.